Hello, my name is Representative Pam Powers Hanley, and I represent LD9 in Tucson in the Arizona House. Well, today is January 23rd, 2020. This is the last day of the second week of the legislature for this year. There were some wild things that went through committee this week, like Build Your Own Border Wall bill. But today I'm going to talk about HCR 2023. Now, this was a bill to raise the cap on spending for school districts. And so the reason that this is needed was that the legislature back in 1980 put a sort of an arbitrary cap on school district funding. It's based on figures from like 1978 or something. And so this cap has had to be raised a couple of times in the past under Governor Napolitano. It hasn't been raised in more than 10 years because it is a calculation that's based on total school funding. And the thing is, the reason that we hadn't pushed up in the cap during the 2010s was that the legislature cut school funding so much. And so today the Republicans were trying to say, oh, look how we are spending so much money on education that this cap has to be raised. Well, first of all, the cap was set in 1980 and it was based on 1970 figures. And the reason that we have to raise it is not so much because we're spending so much money, but because the stupid cap is so far out of date. So we had a bit of a kerfuffle on the floor of the House about this, with the Democrats pointing out that we're not spending all that much money on education. Yes, we're spending more than we used to, but we have far more students, and education in 2020 is not the same as it was 40 years ago in 1980, right? I don't even know if the school office had a computer in 1980. Now we have computer labs, we have tablets, we're teaching people how to be firefighters, we have JTED and CTED, and there's a whole lot more to go into school and a lot more money in education today because of the technology and the breadth of the offerings in school. So we'll raise the cap for now, but in the long term, we really need to change the formula for that cap and appropriately fund schools. We're still in the bottom. Let's do better for the students. See you next week.